Hello, everyone. We are continuing the reading of The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. All of the previous videos are in the playlist here on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, I encourage you to hop on over to YouTube. We have a lot of playlists here. We read these personal development books together. I share some stories. We left off on chapter 6, How Riches Come to You. We had part 1, last live reading, and we'll finish with part 2 of chapter 6. He was using the example of the sewing machine. If you wanted a beautiful sewing machine, he says, do not forget for a moment that the thinking substance is in everything, communicating with everything, and able to influence everything. The desire of the thinking substance for more life and better living has caused the creation of all of the sewing machines that have ever been made, and it can cause the creation of millions more. It will do so whenever people set it into motion by desire and faith and by acting in a certain way. He's saying that we are surrounded by thinking stuff, by this energy that is moldable, that creates. It's this creative energy and this power. And we impress through our thoughts, we impress on this thinking stuff. We mold the outside world depending on what we focus on. What are our desires? What are we thinking about? And if we just hold that attention, just like a picture being developed on very sensitive photo paper, like think about the film, how it's developed on a Polaroid, how the film paper that is in the Polaroid is very sensitive to light and to the images and to our focus. Just that's what life is. So it's all around us, this thinking stuff. We all have equal access to it. And all we have to do is hold in our minds. Well, it's not even all we have to do. We are already doing it. We are constantly thinking and putting energy out. Mostly it's unconscious. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not what we desire. That's why we must have controlled imagination, as Neville Goddard says, and I think Thomas Troward too. But being able to control, regulate really what we're thinking about. Life will happen. Our thoughts will get dragged here and there and we'll get triggered and all that jazz. We're human. It's not to be beating up on ourselves or think we're perfect and we don't have negative thoughts. Of course we will. But where are we going to dwell? Because wherever we dwell, just like we learned in our previous book by Elsie Lincoln Benedict, How to Get Anything You Want, your predominant moods make your life. Because your predominant moods, you are holding images, emotions, feelings, and you are impressing that on the thinking stuff, according to Wallace D. Wattles. And it creates as a creative force in this. Where is anything created? I always usually hold my iPhone up, but I don't have my phone with me. But I mean, this is just my candle. This is my favorite candle. A little ASMR moment. This gardenia, white gardenia. Oh my gosh, it's heaven. Cheese and crackers. It just smells so good. Anyways, somebody thought about this. Somebody thought about making this candle. I think about this. What is this? The White Barn Candle Company. It was like an offshoot from Bath and Body Works. Think about the people. Think about the people who thought about that. It was just an idea. It was just an idea. Let's start a candle company. Let's start a body wash company. Look at it now. It's a huge brand, you know? But it was first an idea, thought about, held, emotionally involved with. And when you do that, you start taking actions and you create. So he left us off with that example of the person who wanted a sewing machine, just for example. Whatever you want to attract in your life or attain in your life, are you impressing that on the thinking stuff? You can certainly have a sewing machine in your house. You can have anything you want as long as you use it for the advancement of your own life and the lives of others. And so is your mind, is your heart in the right place? First, to fulfill a desire, a creative expression that you have, to follow joy. And when you do that, it's a win-win-win-win. Everybody wins from it. Somebody who loves to sew and wants a beautiful sewing machine to do their best work, we win. People who love, whatever they make, the clothing, the blankets, whatever they make with their sewing machine. Think about the best musicians. Somebody who wants the most lovely piano. I think he uses this as an example later. the best piano, not like a broken piano with broken strings, because no matter how good of a musician you are, pianist you are, if you got a broken piano, no one's going to enjoy that music. You need not hesitate about asking largely. It is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. The original substance wants to live as much as possible in you. It wants you to have all that you can or will use for the living of the most abundant life. Whatever life you envision that is planted in the seed of your heart, you just want to live this way. It could be any way. We all want different things. Some people want to just have a farm. They want to live off the land. Some people want to live on a boat. Some people want to live in a gated community. Some people want to live in the rainforest, right? It's like in the suburbs, in the city, in a penthouse, in a skyrise. Everybody wants different things. There's enough for everyone. You can have whatever you want. How do you want to live? That's what he's saying. Don't be scared. Don't hesitate to ask for exactly what you want. The original substance wants to live as much as possible through you, but first you have to decide and admit to yourself, what do you truly want? Don't be afraid. If it was planted in your heart, it's possible. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand, just like Napoleon Hill says, and truly want it, right? The believe, conceive, and achieve. Can you believe it? Truly believe it with all of your heart, right? I'm sorry, conceive it. Can you conceive it? Think about it. And then believe it. That's the part where most people fail. They don't truly believe it. So then they'll never achieve it, you know? So the original substance wants to live through you as much as possible. It wants you to have all that you can or will use for the living of the most abundant life. Do you believe that? First, you have to accept that. Do you believe that life wants to live fully through you? That life is supporting you if you go for it? Yes or no? The more that I grow, I continue to waver and question on that because I forget I'm human. I get scared. I'm like, is this too much? Is this, can I really accomplish this? It's like, if I want it and I believe I can have it, just go for it, girl. It's this or something better. It always is. But when I waver and I doubt and I get scared, that's when things start to crumble and it ain't cute. Your faith becomes invincible if you fix upon your consciousness the fact that the desire you feel for the possession of riches is one with desire of the supreme power for more complete expression. So it says, your faith becomes invincible if you fix upon your consciousness the fact that the desire that you feel for the possession of riches is at one with the desire of the supreme power for more complete expression. Once I saw a little boy, this is such a good story. Once I saw a little boy sitting at a piano and vainly trying to bring harmony out of the keys. I saw that he was grieved and provoked by his inability to play real music. I asked him why he was unhappy, and he answered, I can feel the music in me, but I can't make my hands go right. The music in him was the urge of the original substance, containing all the possibilities of all life. All that there is of music was seeking expression through the child. God, the one substance, is trying to live and do and enjoy things through humanity. He is saying, I want hands to build wonderful structures, to play divine harmonies, to paint glorious pictures. I want feet to run my errands, eyes to see my beauties, tongues to tell my mighty truths, and to sing marvelous songs. All that is possible is seeking expression through human beings. God wants those who can play music to have the instruments they need, to have the means to cultivate their talents to the fullest extent. He wants those who can appreciate beauty to be able to surround themselves with beautiful things. He wants those who can discern truth to have every opportunity to travel and observe. He wants those who can appreciate dress to be beautifully clothed, and those who can appreciate good food to be luxuriously fed. Isn't that great? I love that. Let's just listen to that. So Wallace D. Wattles is saying, listen, Lindas, that spark that you have, that desire for whatever it is, is God trying to seek expression through you. It's life itself. If you don't believe in God, it's life itself. Trying to seek expression. You are the vessel. The desire is knocking on the door, and you are the vessel. You're the door it can come through. But do you answer the calling? Do you even hear it, listen for it? Or have you just given up and been like, "Oh, I hear it knocking, but what's the use?" Are you closed off or are you open? It takes balls to go after your dreams, to be open, to be vulnerable, to let life flow through you. Because what happens is we get kinks in the hose, we have blocks, and the flow doesn't go easily, effortlessly through us. There's blocks, and we can feel it. So he's saying, the universe, all that is, God. I want hands to build wonderful structures, to play divine harmonies, to paint glorious pictures. I want feet to run my errands, eyes to see my beauties, tongues to tell mighty truths, to sing marvelous songs. All that is possible is seeking expression through you. God wants you to play great music, in for you to have the instruments, the best for instruments, and the means by which to be the best musician you can be if you want to be a musician. He wants those who can appreciate beauty. So if you appreciate beauty, he wants you to be able to surround yourself with beautiful things. If you love to discern truth, meet people, just observe life, he wants you every opportunity to travel and observe new cultures. He wants you to appreciate if you like to dress well and you like nice things. He wants you to be clothed in the best clothing. And if you enjoy food, to eat the best foods. Isn't that the best? Oh my gosh, last night, y'all, I went to Yogurtland. What a treat. Let me just tell you. I have been craving frozen yogurt for so long, and I never, like never say never, but like rarely ever go out and like get an ice cream or something. But I was like, I'm going to get a big old well, first I was going to get a small one and just like I just want a little bit of yogurt because I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't do well with dairy. But I mean, except cheese, you can get, but like milk and ice cream. But frozen yogurt's different, but still it's dairy. Anyways, I went and I've been a pistachio girl forever, okay? But all of this pistachio craze these days of the Dubai chocolate and pistachio and all of this, it was out. They were out of pistachio. Starbucks is doing pistachio, and pistachio is the rage. I love it. Pistachio is getting the credit it deserves because it is so underrated. I love pistachio. I love pistachios. I love pistachio ice cream. I love pistachio chocolate and everything before it got famous, but whatever. It deserves it. Anyways, long story short, there was no more pistachio frozen yogurt. I usually get like half pistachio, half toasted coconut with like Reese's Pieces. Oh my God. The stuff I put on it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Anyways, they did not have my pistachio. So I got a lot of toasted coconut. I put a little splash of cookies and cream, some cheesecake. I think that's all I did. Anyways, and then I tried, the lady said they're out of pistachio, but I tried anyway, and it was like liquid pistachio. So I got a little pistachio ice cream melted juice in there. Ew. Anyways, it was delicious. But then I love Reese's peanut butter cups. And then I put Reese's Pieces. I love that. You know what? I went all out. I put a couple pieces of little cheesecake squares in there, cheesecake squares. What else did I do? I put a couple pistachios in there. I put 2 animal cookies, the pink and the white, circus animal cookies with the sprinkles on it. I put half a Pop-Tart, a strawberry Pop-Tart. I put I put 1 peach ring. I put sour gummy worms. So good. And then I put a couple of those rainbow sour rope things. It made no sense whatsoever. Anyways, it was almost $18. $18. I was like, I joke because you have to put it on the scale. And I was like, I was like telling the girls, like, I've been craving this for so long. I was like, it's going to be like $500. But I was joking, like, I don't know, like, I don't really go and get frozen yogurt. I thought maybe $7 or $8. She's like, it's 17.80 something. I was like, oh. In my mind, I thought, well, go figure. You just put the entire buffet on your ice cream. $17, but it was worth every penny. And I was shocked that I ate the whole thing. It was so delicious. It was like the cheat meal, and I had no shame. It was so good. But it just reminded me of when it says, those who appreciate good food to be luxuriously fed. I was audibly enjoying that frozen yogurt. And I decided to rewatch the series, the movie, The Avengers. I love Avengers. Let me tell you, I for sure remember seeing in the theater, I believe the last two Avenger movies, maybe the last three. I don't recall ever seeing the first one. I watched it last night, but I don't remember seeing that one. Maybe I never saw it. Anyways, I love those movies. They are just so fun. They're funny, perfect mix of like action and comedy and, good themes of life. Side note, anyways, it was just such a fabulous night last night. All right. So, life wants to live fully through you, whatever you want to do. He wants all these things because he enjoys and appreciates them. It is God who wants to play and sing and enjoy beauty and proclaim truth and wear fine clothes and eat good foods and eat good yogurt land. It is God that worketh in you to do, to will and to do. Let me read that again. It's a quote. It says, "It is God that worketh in you to will and to do." The desire you feel for riches is the infinite seeking to express himself in you as he sought to find expression in the little boy at the piano. You need not hesitate to ask largely. Your part is to focus and express the desires of God. This is a difficult point with most people. They retain something of the old idea that poverty and self-sacrifice are pleasing to God. They look upon poverty as a part of the plan, as a necessity of nature. They have the idea that God has finished his work and has made all that he can make, that the majority of humanity must stay poor because there is not enough to go around. People hold on to this erroneous thought so much that they feel ashamed to ask for wealth. They try not to want more than a very modest competence, just enough to make them fairly comfortable. I recall now the case of one student who was told that he must see in his mind a clear picture of the things he desired so that the creative thought of them might be impressed on the formless substance. He was a very poor man living in a rented house and having only what he earned from day to day. He could not grasp the fact that all wealth was his. Therefore, after thinking the matter over, he decided that he might reasonably ask for a new rug for the floor for his best room and an anthracite coal stove to heat the house during the cold weather. I remember I looked this up. Anthracite coal stove. Okay, so he said, okay, well, I'll ask for a new rug and a stove to heat the house. Following the instructions given in this book, he obtained these things in a few months. Then it dawned upon him that he had not asked enough. He went through the house in which he lived and planned all the improvements he would like to make in it. He mentally added a bay window here and a room there. He continued until it was complete in his mind as his ideal home, and then he planned its furnishings. Holding the whole picture in his mind, he began living in the certain way and moving toward what he wanted. He owns the house now and is rebuilding it according to his mental image. Now, with still larger faith, he is proceeding to get greater things. It has been unto him according to his faith, and it is so with you and with all of us. That is chapter 6, my friends. I love that. So let's think about that. What are you asking for? What are you planning for? What are you envisioning? What is it that you desire? What whispers are knocking at your heart? Are you letting them in? Have there been whispers and knocks when you were younger and now you think your time has passed? That The opportunity has passed and you are too old and it ain't going to happen for you. I encourage you to dust them off and look at them again. What is it you truly want, and how is it going to make you feel? Is it going to make you feel more alive, more expressed, more fulfilled, more adventurous? Because there's always something that can make you feel that way, you know? Because remember, it's never the exact thing, it's how that thing or that experience, whatever you want, will make you feel. So, what is it? So, think about this. People who I've worked with clients who say they didn't have a childhood and they are so upset and devastated and grieve and have regret and they're angry that their childhood was robbed from them, rightly so. That's terrible. That sucks. Or they were in a lot of sports and they didn't have a lot of friends, they were shy and they just feel like they didn't get that experience of camaraderie or friendship and carefree young age and having fun. We can't change the past. We can't go back. There, it's over. But think about what you feel like you missed out on. What's the feeling? Because even though we grow older, chronological, biologically, we get older, we don't age. Our spirit doesn't age. It's like timeless. We might gain wisdom, but I know that anybody that I talk to who especially is over 35, I still feel like I'm 27. I still feel like I'm like 27, 28, like in my mind. And as the years went on, I'm like, I forgot how old I am. Honestly, I mean, I know how old I am, but like after 30, I forgot. Like I had to do math. I'm like, okay, I was born this, you know, how old am I this year? Right? Like I forget because I don't pay attention to that. I feel young. And I, of course, am always paying attention to what I'm physically capable of, right? But how do I want to feel? If there is, and this is what I tell people who feel like they lost an opportunity, or like even me, I was like, oh my God, I never did the whole move away for college. Like I didn't live in dorms. I wasn't a part of a sorority, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if I really wanted that, but like I didn't fully embrace my college life. Like, you know what I mean? But but what is the feeling that I feel I missed out on? Friendship, camaraderie, family, experiences, group outings, or whatever. But it's like, I can recreate that through my colleagues, through my coworkers, through group travel. Like, there's so many different ways. Sign up for retreats, right? It's like, there's so many different ways that I can feel that camaraderie and maybe going to women's groups to feel that feeling of the sisterhood at no matter what age. Like there is some women that I work with. I mean, most of the women are between 50 and 70. And they are just like living their best life, traveling around the world, you know, laughing till they cry. It's just so fantastic. So we are never too old to have an experience. That experience might change form depending on, you know, where we're at in life. But remember, it's about the feeling. It's not about the specific thing or the specific experience. It's like, how do you want to feel? And just focus on the feeling. Just like that man who realized, oh, I want a rug, I want a stove. And he focused on it and he followed the instructions and he got it. And he goes, oh, well, I should ask for more. And so he took his time to envision every room in the house. And little by little, he got there and he started to follow the plans and make it happen. We create our own reality here. We create our experience of life. We can't control what other people do, but we can control what we think about, how we feel, and our actions, which will control what we attract into our life. So we are going to continue to live. Life will continue to life, but are we going to live in the basement or the penthouse? We have, or any other floor in between. It's an inside job. Where are you dwelling emotionally inside? You can choose. And it's the most important thing because where you dwell, again, like we learned, your predominant moods create your life because your moods, your feelings, your emotions are your vibration. Your vibration is what attracts things to you. How you vibe like attracts like. We live in an energetic universe. Why are you attracted to certain things? Because it resonates. What resonates? The vibration resonates. Why are you drawn to certain people? Why are certain people drawn to you? Are you drawn to certain places? Because they have a certain vibe. Why do you want to live in the city you want to live in? Why do you want to live in a certain neighborhood? Why do you want to go to certain restaurants? Why do you want to wear certain clothes? It's all vibration. And it's all okay, if it's not harming anybody else. So you can have whatever you want. Just be open to that. Just be willing. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's chapter 7. I'm sorry, chapter 6. We are going to do chapter 7, which is gratitude, which changed my life. I will never forget where I was sitting on my couch reading it for the umpteenth time because I remember Bob Proctor used to have us read chapter, what is it? 4, 7, and 12 or something. I know it was chapter 4 and chapter 7. There was another chapter in there. I forgot which one he had us read. 14. 4, 7, and 14. But I think he had us read it 4, 14, 7. Anyways, so I read those chapters a lot. But chapter 7 is gratitude. Such a powerful chapter. Yeah, that one changed my life. The way I see gratitude, it was when it clicked. Because people say, oh, practice gratitude. I'm like, oh, I was so annoyed. I'm like, why? Like, I have nothing to be grateful for. It's going down. But it completely humbled me. It really, really shifted my mindset and my perspective on a lot of things. So I'll share that tomorrow. All right. I hope you have a beautiful evening. I hope you're having a beautiful week. It feels like it's midweek. Long weekends always kind of throw me off. But again, it feels like a Monday, but it also feels like a Friday. What's tomorrow? Wednesday, I'm doing a podcast. I'm excited. I don't know when it's going to come out. I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, it's going to be good. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a beautiful night.